Welcome to Death and Aliens, an in-depth look at horror and sci-fi TV from two friends who vaguely know what they're doing. I'm MK.
And I'm Courtney.
And Courtney, how are you?
I've been better.
Oh no.
It's been a tragic week. I've finally broken my undefeated streak in my fantasy football league.
Um,
However, the
I,
other guy that was also undefeated also lost this week. So we're still the top two, but
I, I would apologize to you, but
you should. You
it,
should.
I don't think I can explain how deeply upset I am.
I've
Uh,
never been, never been more upset in my entire life about anything as I am about this week's football situation. I
I mean,
was,
I'm
it was a
five,
5 point
I'm five
chance.
and one in my league, and I'm the only
Well,
one who's
now,
5-1, so I'm
now I'm
winning.
5-1, but
Yeah.
there's two of us. I don't even know this other person. Um, like I literally texted Shane like at the beginning of this week, and I was like, "Who is Wallace?" And he was like we had talked like 3 days. I was just like, "Who is Wallace?" And he's like, "He's my cousin's friend who lives in Oklahoma or some nonsense." Like it felt like he was like, "Oh, he's a friend I used to know who's been third removed and has dated someone I know." Like that's how the description felt to me when he talked to me.
Right.
And I was like, "Cool, cool." And he's like, "Why?" And he was also like, "This Wallace guy was trying to make a trade with me this week for James Cook. Maybe I should have given him to him. So, seems I should have."
Oh
Um,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
I was projected to lose by 5 points. And I was like, we can make that up. The Bills can make that up. No, I lost by like 20 points.
There there was no reason that the Bills couldn't make that up. I don't know what happened. The
I can't
game,
watch Monday games. It seems I can't find them on the internet anywhere.
oh,
Um,
it was on Peacock, but I don't know if that was because it was on our local NBC. Because it was an
oh,
ESPN game, but because it was our
I
local
saw that.
game, I think that's why it was on NBC. I don't know.
Remind me to look at Peacock next Monday.
Okay.
Because I bet I could have watched it on there, but I
Uh,
was struggling to find it. Um, and
um,
my Sling wasn't working. I think I could have watched it on Sling, even though it wasn't local to us because nothing else was playing. Well, I mean, the two games, but I think I could have watched both the games on Sling, but it wasn't working. Um, like it just kept freezing up and
yeah.
not even showing me a home screen. So it's like, okay, I guess we're not watching this today. Um, yeah, I did win my family league and my lemons league this week,
It's
which
good.
was off the wall. I also probably wouldn't have won if freaking Scatabo wasn't trying to get a concussion every other minute of the day. My
Yeah.
God, he is
I
gonna hurt
genuinely
himself so bad.
genuinely don't know how I won because Dawson Knox obviously got me no points.
Sure, sure.
And Egbuka got hurt in
Hmm.
like the first quarter of the game.
Yeah.
And Minnesota's defense was on bye, so I had to use a backup defense.
Who did you use though?
The Patriots.
Oh well, good choice. Good choice.
I'm sorry.
Um, I mean, that was a terrible game though. I don't know if you watched our game,
I didn't,
but
but I watched, I mean, but I also had Drake May as my QB because Jackson's still out. So
yeah.
I was getting updates on how bad that game was.
It wasn't even like playing wise. I mean, like playing wise, it wasn't great either, but like for either team, not
Yeah.
just us. But there was literally a flag almost every play. Like there were like two or three different touchdowns that were like taken away between both sides. It wasn't even like heavy on one side.
What did I say to you? I told you that every Bills game this season has been a fucking yellow flag pride parade. It's
Yeah.
been
Oh my
it's
God.
been asinine.
Off the
Um
walls.
no, it was so painful to watch because part of it was that the number of things that were called on the Bills, while they may have been valid penalties, they literally were not, there were at least three very obvious holding calls that they did not call against us.
Hmm.
There was they tackled Josh Allen out of bounds, did not call that against us. Like against like they didn't give
Hmm.
us a flat penalty for that. Like it was like to the point where it was like painful to watch how biased the refs were being. And we were playing like shit on top of it. So at halftime, Dan goes, "Hey, do you want to just finish Superman?" Because we had started watching Superman, but then we didn't finish it because I had to leave to take my dad to the doctor. So he was like, "Do you want to just finish watching Superman?" So we did. We just finished watching Superman, and then I went to bed at 10. I was like, "Fuck this."
I was in so much distress last night. It was so upsetting. It was so
Yeah.
upsetting. But at least like the guy I lost to is not one of those guys that knows me well enough to be mean to me.
Mm,
Like he's in our friend group. Like I know him. He's in the friend group chat. Like him and his wife are fine. They have a kid. They go to Disney. Like they're the Disney people. So like we're friends. We're friendly. We did the draft together.
yeah.
But he doesn't know me well enough to like be mean to me. So
It's so funny because it's so funny like trying to explain to people that like being mean to someone is something you can only do if you like them.
yeah.
And like the kids don't understand. Like I tell them all the time, I'm like, if I'm bullying you in class, it means you're fine. Like you don't have anything to worry about. Like I would never like openly talk shit about you if I didn't like you.
Yeah. Like the week I played against Mike was the week I got my highest score
Yeah.
so far. And obviously I won. And I just kept taunting him. And I texted Kirsten and I was like, is Mike mad at me yet? She was like, not yet. But he does say every time something happens, he's like, let's wait until Courtney says something.
Perfect.
I felt
Perfect.
like that, like the TikTok lizard, just like,
Lizard.
but,
Lizard.
lizard,
Lizard.
lizard,
Lizard.
lizard. Because I just had such a good week that, like, I literally, like, that is the highest score I've had. I saw him, like, a few days later, and he was like, I understand you won, but did you really have to get the highest score in the league ever for the week? Like, and I was like, yes.
Yes, I
Yes,
did.
I needed to make a point. Like, because he was one of the people I was worried about, like, playing against. I thought
Right.
I would have a good chance against him, and then I just, like, completely demolished him. It was awesome. My friend Zach this week was in the women's league. He like worked night Saturday, so he didn't watch most of the games on Sunday at like 6 o'clock or something. He came in and I didn't have any Bills players, so it was like all of mine was pretty much done
Mhm.
after the second round of games. And he's like, I've been asleep all day. What, like in our group chat, he was like, what's happened? And I just sent back the like eyes that like,
Yeah.
and he didn't say anything. And then like 20 minutes later, he comes back and goes, you're killing me. It was like 99% chance of you.
Oh yeah. Well, that's
And I
what
was like, that's why I sent the
my dad took
eyes.
my phone yesterday and he was looking at it and I still had my tight end. Well, Dalton Kincaid is my tight end, but he was out for the game last night, but I needed to wait for
Mm,
them to officially rule him as out so I could put him on IR so I didn't have to lose him and pick up Dawson Knox because I needed it to also be somebody from the Bills so that I didn't have to worry about their game having already started. I had a plan. Like
right.
I was waiting. But so I had Dalton Kincaid and then who did I have? I have somebody who was in the other game last night.
The Commanders cut Jane Daniels and he blew it out of the water in one of my leagues.
Oh, I had Adunze, Rome Adunze,
Mm,
who is
hmm.
on the Bears. He last night was not a good game. He got 5 points. He usually gets like 30 points, so it was not a good
Mm,
game. But I mean, it was a low scoring game for them too, I think.
yeah.
Um, but so I had Adunze and my tight end still to go. And the dance cousin who I was facing yesterday only had the Bills defense. That's all he had left. And so my dad just looks at it and he goes, it's not very likely that you're going to lose because the Bills defense isn't going to do shit because they never do.
I had the Bills defense on too last night because I didn't have any that league is so insane with defense. Like I don't know where they're at. Like and
Right.
I've switched defense every week, I think, because like I had the Cardinals the week they did really well. Then I had the Ravens that one week that they won a game. And then
To
like I
be
like
fair,
I
it's not
literally just
really
like
the Ravens' fault. Lamar's got hurt.
I know. I have him on my IR, don't you worry. Um, but like, and my poor dad called me. I was on the phone with him. I think it was Sunday morning. Oh, it was because we were on the phone still when the game started,
Yeah.
and he hasn't won a game yet. And he's like, I don't understand. And I was like, I told you you should have put Jamar Chase on your bench. I know that he played really well last week, and he was projected to have a great season, but he's not. And now I was like, he doesn't have a quarterback. He's like, yeah, they have a quarterback. I was like, you mean Joe Flacco? That's what you mean? And he's like, yeah, he's good. He's gonna make a comeback. And I was like, okay. Obviously he didn't do. I mean, he did fine. He was like
Yeah.
average this week, but like,
Yeah.
but I did feel bad because he got Matt Stafford, who's had a killer year
Yeah.
until this week. Like, I have him on my bench too because he's my backup quarterback in that league, or in a different league, obviously. But I was like, yeah, I mean, I'd leave him on. And then he didn't do very well. Jamar Chase is just playing average. Like, my dad lost again. I was just like, I don't know what to tell you. I was like, I did tell you, whoever his defense was, I told him was like, take them off, and he didn't. But
Yeah. No,
it's just,
Matt Stafford was the lowest scoring quarterback
I know.
in my entire fantasy league.
Yeah, he had a rough week, um, to say the least. But yeah, because I snatched him up as soon as I needed a backup quarterback because I think Jane Daniels. Is Jane Daniels the one that's been hurt lately, or was it Justin Fields?
I don't even
Justin
know.
Fields, I think, is all.
Yeah.
Whoever I know I should mix them up, but I do. Whoever I had was like IR behind Josh Allen, and so I was like, I'm gonna need a second quarterback, or like for whatever week. I don't even know what y'all have for bye week. I knew it wasn't the same week as the Steelers, which was important to my team.
Right.
Um, but yeah, so it's just been, my God, a football week. And the Saints lost. I mean, I haven't seen them win a game yet because I missed last week's game. So it's just kind of a bummer. But here's hoping that they do something another time.
One
Or
day.
that they have refs that call a regular game. Because I think
One.
that would have helped too.
Right.
Um, but again, it was both sides, so like everybody was just doing terribly.
Yeah.
But yeah, so how are you? How are you?
Like I said, I gave up on football this week. I won my fantasy league, but I literally spent most of the weekend freaking out because I on my team, I currently have my IR is full. Both slots of my
Same.
IR are full. But then I also have another questionable, another out, another bye. Like my entire bench is injured or not playing. Don't worry, except for Rico Dowdle, who decided to put up 34 fucking points on my bench.
From where?
What?
Where did it come from? Like what, when? That would not have been what I would have guessed would have happened.
No, no. I I put Ramondre Stevenson in because Drake May had such a good game and because they were playing New Orleans. And because I don't trust the Panthers to do anything. And I had McMillan in and I was like, I don't need my wide receiver and my running back to both be Panthers. As much as I love
Right.
them, that's a little much. Don't worry, Ramondre Stevenson got 1.8 points and Rico Dowdle got 33.7. What the fuck planet are we on?
Well, that's like Goddard got all my points. Even though the Eagles lost, I always have him as least a backup tight end if I don't have him as
I
my
mean, to
regular.
be fair,
But I have Jake Ferguson in. He's
yeah,
number one lead.
to be fair, Drake May did get 33 points and Josh Jacobs is my other running back and
Mhm.
he got 33 points. So like I'm fine.
Yeah.
But if I had had Rico Dowdle in and I had gotten my quarterback and both of my running backs to get over 30 points, it would have been a fucking joke.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
could have played the rest of my injured team at the same time and
Yeah.
still won.
Yeah, I have one of my leagues has four IR spots and they are all filled, and I have somebody questionable because I have Kittle, Irving, Neighbors, and Eckler on that league.
Theoretically, Kittle's supposed to be coming off IR soon though.
That's what I hear. I hear he's supposed to be back for next week, I think is what people are saying.
Yeah,
Yeah, they expect him to practice this
he's
week.
gonna practice this week, so we'll see. Fingers
We'll
crossed.
see.
Fingers crossed, because I clearly can't trust the Bills to do shit for me.
Who do I have in for my tight end? Um, I have Goddard in. I probably am gonna leave him in for a week when Kittle comes back. I don't know that he'll be up to par week one.
Right. I don't think he'll be up
Yeah.
to par, but my question is, do I leave him in? Well, no, the Bills are on bye this week anyway, so if he's playing, I'm putting him in.
What?
What?
What are you
The,
saying to
I
me?
said the Bills have a bye week, so if Kittle
Right.
is playing, I'm putting him in
Oh, I see. I see.
because my other tight
Other
ends are
tight
the
end is
Bills.
Kincaid and Knox. I got you. I got you.
Yeah.
I heard my words and then I heard your words and then I heard my words again. And I said I didn't say anything about the Bills. I was like,
No.
Goddard plays for the Eagles and Kittle
Correct.
plays for San Francisco. I was
Correct.
like,
I
I
my
don't
options,
know.
my options are Kittle or a team that's not playing football this week.
I've got Kittle, Jawan Johnson, and Goddard, which Jawan Johnson's like my backup. He
Yeah.
plays for the Saints, and he usually does pretty decent. Even though we're not doing decent, he usually does pretty okay as a tight end. Um, but yeah, I will probably end up dropping him there once Kittle comes back. So, but this week is bye week for the Bills.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hope I'm not playing Wallace this week. Where can I see that in advance?
Yeah.
How do I know where my
Um,
matchup is? Schedule.
yeah.
I play Bo and the Sun God.
What a name.
Uh, what a name. This is interesting. Um, okay, let's see. And Matt Stafford is my backup, so he better learn how to play football this
He
week
better not play the way he did this week.
because I put him on there for a reason, and I am not trying to fight about it. This is not the right league. Hold on. Who are they playing this week?
Oh,
Nope. Okay.
I'm playing against Matt Stafford this week, so I'll be fine.
Oh, he's playing He's playing Jackson. They're playing Jackson. So like, here's hoping that he gets it together.
Right?
Yeah. At 8:30 in the morning. I am not good. I am not good at these international games existing.
You said at
I
3 in the morning?
8:30 in the morning. They're in
Oh,
London. I
right.
think they're doing all the games in London, right?
No, they are
Except
doing
that one they did somewhere else in Ireland.
yeah, I don't know, but I
Yeah, so theoretically Matt Stafford should do pretty well this week against Jackson. God willing.
yeah, but Trevor Lawrence is really, really trying. Because there's a
I
curse, a theory. Every player, every quarterback who has ever had long hair
Oh,
has not had long hair the year they won the Super Bowl.
interesting.
So Trevor Lawrence is desperately trying to break that curse. That is his only goal.
Do I put in Matt Stafford against Jackson? Hope he remembers how to play football. Or do I pick up Aaron Rodgers against Cincinnati?
Oh,
God, I hate
99.
Aaron Rodgers so
No, I was like
much.
99% of the time I would never say to pick up Aaron Rodgers,
Right?
but Cincinnati is
God, I hate Aaron Rodgers so much. So much do I hate him.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I would do.
Oh God, that's awful. That's an awful toss up. Do I? I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Okay, I'm gonna just wait. We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see. That was, oh gosh, that was so sad. That was awful. I don't like that at all. Okay. I have to put football away because it made me sad.
Okay. Well, I
Okay.
can make you unsad.
By me making you unsafe.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Okay, let me find my portraits. Um, the biggest wall you've got to climb is the one you build in your mind. Roy T. Bennett.
All right. I like it. All right. So today we're talking about Stargate SG-1 Season 8, Episode 10, Endgame. Is rated 7.7 stars. And it premiered.
Hey, that's the same as last week's. Is the last episode of American Horror Story.
It was premiered on Friday, September 17th, 2004, and it is the mid-season finale of the episode. of the
Hmm.
series, which is really weird because it's only episode 10, but it is the mid-season finale. Um, which I only know because the trivia was like, this is the only mid-season finale to not be a cliffhanger. And I was like, no one gives a shit. Um, but I was like, that's not really trivia. Um, um,
Yeah.
so we have the same number one song. Um, and the number one movie, or I'm sorry, and the number one book is The Da Vinci Code, which turns out actually was last week too, because last week when everything aired on September 10th, I looked at October 10th instead of September 10th.
Mm.
So the Stephen King book was not the number one book until October. At this point, it was still
Liars.
Da Vinci Code. No, I'm the liar.
Right. That's what I
Yeah.
meant. You're the liars.
I'm more than one liar.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
The number one movie is Sky Captain and the World of Tomorrow.
What does that mean?
You've never, oh, Sky Captain? Oh my gosh. So Sky Captain and the World of Tomorrow is a sci-fi fantasy movie that is really fucking unhinged. Um,
Hmm.
and it stars Angelina Jolie and Jude Law and Gwyneth Paltrow. And it is about like giant robots attacking New York City in like this weird futuristic like world. And um Jude Law is like the captain, and he is
The Sky Captain?
he is the sky captain, and he drives this like weird hot air balloon spaceship to save the city from giant robots.
That is a little unhinged.
It is like super stylized like sci-fi. And like Angelina Jolie's wearing an eye patch for the whole movie. Like it's it's very 2000s sci-fi.
That's so wild.
On this day, Tamil is declared the first classical language of India. I don't really know what that means, what the difference between a national and classical language is, but sure. And Barry
Um,
Bonds hit his 700 MLB home run.
oh, good for him.
Yeah, so our episode was directed by Peter DeLuise, written by Joseph Mallozzi and Paul Mully, and edited by Eric Hill. So we're all good there. Our guest star,
Samesies.
was not in nearly as much of the episode as I thought she was going to be, but that's fine. It was Brandy Ledford who played the Tok'ra Gold Queen lady. She's known for After Baywatch, Moment in the Sun, Modern Family, and Andromeda. Um, I find it very strange that her number one credit on IMDb is the Baywatch documentary, and in her top four, it does not show that she was also in Baywatch. Like her longest role, like the show that she had the most episodes in was Baywatch, but don't worry, she's known for the
Interesting.
documentary about Baywatch.
Huh.
Very strange.
That is the strangest thing I've heard.
Yeah, she trained as a model and a dancer, and that's pretty much kind of all she still does is that. She is a mom. Don't know why I wrote it that way. I just wrote she's a mom. But her child, their father is her now ex-husband, who we have talked about on this podcast before because he played Peter in Bates Motel.
Which one was he?
He is the crazy friend who tried to set her up with her brother or whatever. Remember when Dorma was dating in the rich
Yes,
hoity-toity
yes, yes,
people?
yes, yes.
Peter
Yes, yes,
is the
yes.
crazy friend's husband.
Gotcha, 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 gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha. Okay. Hmm.
Her last film role was actually about 12 years ago though. Which does track because when I was going into her Instagram and digging more into her, she is celebrating 13 years of sobriety. So she's probably separated herself a lot from Hollywood and from fame and stuff like that because her drug and alcohol problems started when she was 14.
Oh,
So she has kept herself out of the limelight for the last decade and a half while she's been clean, and I appreciate and respect that. So,
good for her. Good for
yeah.
her.
So we start this episode with Sergeant Harriman and another officer in the gate room who is bothering the shit out of him, trying to ask him if he does anything sneaky that he's not supposed to do in the gate room because it's 3 o'clock in the morning and no one else on the base is awake.
Bless his heart. He is me if I was in the gate room, though. To be clear, to be clear, he is me. So,
Um, and so Walter is like, no, we don't act like fools. We just do our job. And but we can grab some coffee because it's 3 o'clock in the morning. So they get up and they walk away from the monitors for just a second to fill up their cup of coffee because like and obviously you can still see half of the monitors in the room from where they are anyway.
yeah.
When all of a sudden the gate disappears.
The wild. I'm telling this would happen to me if it was me at 3 a.m. in the gate room. Like, I'm just like picturing this whole scenario as
Yeah,
me, as this guy.
yeah.
And I was like, I would have that luck. But except the part that like it would get blamed on me.
Right.
Like someone would be like, it is definitely your fault because
Yeah.
you didn't do something right.
Yeah.
Like,
And then we get the credits with the gate just missing. But so now it's the next morning and Daniel is questioning the officers and asking them everything, and they're like telling him everything that happened. And my favorite is when the guy's like, "Well, we just got to get coffee," and Daniel's like, "You got coffee?" Then he's like, "No, I just."
that
He's
is the
like,
most intense I've ever seen him in my whole
and
life.
then he just starts cracking up. He's like, "No, like everything on the monitor was perfectly clear. Like you did your job. There's nothing wrong. What could you possibly have done when an Asgard beam like takes a fucking gate out of the room?"
No one has
Mhm.
ever been successful in denying the Asgard's beams coming through.
Right. And so they play back the video feed and they do unanimously decide that the technology that was used to take the gate was in fact um Asgard. Like that beaming technology was the Asgard beam.
Mhm.
Um and so although they don't think it was the Asgard who took it, they worry that there's people out there with Asgard technology because they know that Anubis had access to Asgard technology and like
Uh-oh.
and Baal took over Anubis's territory, so now they're worried that Baal took it. Like they don't know exactly what's going on. They don't think the Asgard just showed up and popped down and stole the gate without checking on them. But whoever did it definitely has Asgard technology. And so Jack has to call the president and tell him that everything is not going well. Um, Teal'c is off-world for this whole thing, and now he's trying to get back, but no one is responding to his IDC when he calls in because the gate is not
Uh-huh.
in the gate room. So
Right.
when he dials into the gate, it's showing up as wherever the gate is right now. And so he travels to the Alpha site to talk to the officers there and figure out. And they say that they also have not been able to contact Earth and they're afraid that Earth might be compromised. So Teal decides he's going to go back to one of the rebel Jaffa planets and get a cargo ship and fly back to Earth. Um, Back on Earth, we see that they are doing some research, and for 2 days prior to the loss of the gate, there was a small, like, signal detected, but it was like it was like barely an anomaly. It like really didn't even show up as anything like important on the screens until now that the gate's um gone. So they're like going back and looking at what has actually happened. So they review the video, and it becomes clear that Dr. Kevin Hartkins, who has been on the base for only 7 months, placed something physically on the Stargate at the exact same time that the anomaly was detected for the first time. And Carter thinks that it was a tag so that the Asgard transporters could detect the gate and beam it away because they would have needed something strong enough to tell them where the gate was to lock onto it to detect him. Um, So she requests NSA satellite time to try to find the signal that is like beaming down to our signal beaming up.
Yeah.
Um, Teal'c arrives on the planet to get the ship and discovers the entire population of Rogue Jaffa dead.
And that's Bad News Bears.
The only person who is alive is Mizell, who we have met before. So we've met Mizell before. We've never learned his name until this episode. He's one of the Jaffa who has worked with
Mm.
Teal'c and Braytak before. I think I
He
probably,
looked vaguely familiar, but like I
yeah.
was like, I probably know him from a different show. Like that's how
No,
like
yeah, he's been on the show before. We've met him before. I've probably used his name before because sometimes I forget that they don't introduce characters' names the first time they introduce characters
sure,
because
why would
they,
they?
right? But this is the first time we learn Mizell's name. But he also just arrived to do a check-in, and they find like literally hundreds of Jaffa dead. Yay.
Massacre.
Sam, Daniel, and a small battalion of troops, not my words, um, they probe the location that the signal is coming from, that and they believe that it probably is the Trust um, who is doing that because um, the we learned previously that the gate signal, like, or that the thing that Daniel translated for them was something that belonged to Anubis because Anubis translated all of his stuff into ancient so that nobody else could read it. Um, so we know that the trust is probably behind whatever this shit is happening with the missing gate. They find an empty warehouse, but in the warehouse there are some rockets and several cases of what appear to be nerve gas. But then a member of the trust emerges and shoots at the team, and he hits the canisters of the nerve gas before Sam gets him down. And they think that they're going to die because these nerve gas canisters just exploded, but nothing ever happens. So they're like, the fuck. So they take the gas back with them to the SGC to study it. Turns out it is, in fact, not a normal nerve gas. It is the Tok'ra bioweapon that kills the Goa'uld.
It's not a regular nerve gas. It's a cool nerve gas.
I'm dead.
You
Um,
started that sentence and I was just waiting for you to finish.
yeah, no, it's symbiote poison.
It's not
Um,
really that cool. It's pretty dangerous.
right. I sorry, I'm making a note of the fact that we're naming this episode after Mean Girls quotes. It's
Yep,
fine.
love it. I love it.
Um, so and so they think that the Trust was about to like take on a full-scale chemical attack against the Goa'uld with no regard for the Jaffa because they don't give a shit because they are racist pieces of shit. I guess racist is probably not the correct word, but you know what I mean.
But it fits the idea.
Yeah. But their only thing that they have to go on is that the guy that they did zap that they caught had an Area 51 badge on. So back to Area 51.
This
Um,
is I don't know. Obviously I watched this episode. I don't know that I would have been like, this is a government episode, even though that it is. But that was your hint last week.
yeah.
And I thought it was gonna be like NDC government episode. And I
Oh
missed
no,
that.
I just meant that we were back to the trust being little pieces of shit and people in Area 41 or 51 thinking that they should
Yeah.
can get away with bullshit.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
so Carter and Daniel go to Area 51. They meet Dr. Bricksdale, and they're like, "We want to see Osiris's hand device because it's the only thing that's capable of like activating the Asgard technology." And they scan the device, and it is the real one. Um, so that's good, but also not because how are they doing what they're doing if the real one is still in Area 51? Meanwhile, Mazal's traveled back with Teal'c to the Alpha site, and he finds out that three more planets have been attacked, and there are millions of Jaffa now dead. Um, so Mazal and Teal'c go to a planet where they know a Tok'ra is concealed as a Goa'uld, like lord who's under Baal's authority, and they want to talk to her because they obviously have not had communication with Earth, and the only people they know who have access to this gas that kills all the Jaffa are the Tok'ra. So they think the Tok'ra's behind it. Um, Back on Earth, Dr. Bricksdale meets with the Trust agent Hoskins, and he's like, I don't want to work with you anymore. This is getting too stressful. People are following me. They came to my work. I don't want to be a part of this. And he was like, what do you mean they came to your work? And he was like, yeah. And he goes, and you fucking thought that it was a good idea to come meet me immediately after?
Truly, I was like, I was like, how dumb do you have to be? Literally, like, I don't know. I might have done the same thing in the same instance because I'm panicked. But like,
Hmm.
also, I've watched enough of this show to know that happens every time the government is involved.
Right.
Every time we have the government in the show, someone is followed.
Yeah. So they um so Birksdale or Hoskins and Birksdale get into a fight. Carter shows up and is freaking out and like everybody's fighting. And Hoskins tries to use his locator beam to have the ship get him, Osiris's ship, take him back up. Um and but Carter zaps him before he can activate it, and she takes it and uses it to get onto Osiris's Cache, where some more of the Trust immediately knock her unconscious because what the fuck is she doing on their ship? On the other planet, Teal'c and Mizal allow themselves to be captured by Zaren's Jaffa, and she was like, "Bring them to me. I want to see them." And then she gets there. They get there. She kicks all the Jaffa out, and she's immediately like, "What the fuck are you doing here? Like, I'm gonna get caught. Baal's gonna show up. I'm gonna have to kill you. I don't understand." Like,
Do we know her? We know, I feel like we know all the Tok'ra,
no, we don't know all
but
the Tok'ra.
well,
She's a Tok'ra that our characters theoretically know. We have never seen her
because
before.
she seems like in charge-ish now.
Yeah, no, she's in charge. She's undercover. She's pretending to work for Baal. She's not in
Right.
charge. She's not in charge of the Tok'ra. She's in charge of those Jaffa that work for her in her disguise.
I see. I
Yeah.
see. I
Yeah.
was thinking she was like, because we lost the last Tok'ra lady.
Yeah.
She died. So I was like, maybe this Tok'ra lady replaced that Tok'ra lady. Um, but no, okay. Gotcha.
Um, Back on Earth, Daniel is interrogating Dr. Birksdale, and he's like, "Listen, we can help you keep your secret Swiss bank account and all the money that the trust paid you, but you have to help me." Um, and because Birksdale is a absolute piece of shit, he does do exactly that.
Hmm, hmm.
Um,
Correct.
which of course this is when Daniel figures out that the thing he translated for them was the thing that they used to get to the Alcash. And Birksdale tells him he can make the wrist device work one more time to get to beam Daniel up to join Sam on the ship. Uh, Sam wakes up. She's surrounded by all of the Trust people, and she confirms that they are in fact launching the chemical war against the Goa'uld. And their next target is, surprise, the planet that Tilk and Mizal and Zarin are on. Um,
I cannot.
they attack. It kills everything with symbiotes, including Zarin and Mizal. So we learned Mizal's name just in time to watch him die, which is kind of miserable.
It was really sad. I thought he showed up and I was like, I hate him. He seems annoying. And then like right before he died, I was like, oh, he seems like one of the good ones that he died. And I was like, oh well,
Yeah.
that's that, I guess.
But so Teal'c is obviously the only one left standing because he does not have a symbiote anymore. Um, Daniel sneaks on board the ship and disables the cloak, so Prometheus is able to find the ship, but soon he's captured. And Colonel Pendergast is trying to destroy the ship, but O'Neill won't give them the order to destroy the ship because, Sam and Daniel. To be fair, Sam and Daniel and the Stargate are on the ship. Like
Right, 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 right.
it
Like their
is
entire kosher is
it
on the
is
ship.
Jack protecting his team, but it is also if you blow up the cell cache, we lose the Stargate forever. So he won't give that order. Um,
Yeah.
Teal'c contacts the Stargate again, trying to figure out what's going on, and Daniel and Sam finally are able to radio back to him and tell him to come through. So he does.
Um, I'm sorry, I my brain caught up too slowly.
Yeah.
I will say the fact that he won't give the order makes it seem like, oh, maybe he's not ready to be in this place, but also like I don't think Cayman would have given the order either.
I don't either. No, no, no.
Like,
I think that we're meant to view it as Jack doubting himself, especially because of the way the episode ends when he's like, maybe I really should have.
mm,
But I didn't take it that way because I didn't look at it as much as I know Jack and I know he did it because Sam was on the ship. I also know that destroying the Stargate is the wrong option.
right, right.
Like you
Because
can't
then you Russia has the other one. Is that right? Who was the other one?
I don't know if
They buried it. What happened?
I'm pretty sure the other one got destroyed. Didn't
Did
it?
it? That tracks. I don't remember. But regardless, the US would not have a Stargate.
Yeah.
Um, which would mean this entire department they've spent probably millions of dollars on.
Well, but also not just that, they have US military on the Alpha site that now has
Hmm.
zero way to get back to Earth. They have US military on Atlantis that has zero way to get back to Earth. Like
The technology that they need to protect Earth with against all of the gold and what are the spider things that I hate?
the replicators.
Replicators. If they ever
Yeah,
come back, like
right.
then what are they gonna do? Everyone just dies.
Yeah.
So
So like it is actually the correct wrong decision. Um,
yes,
however, we are also meant to feel like it's not like it's Jack second
it's
guessing
also
himself,
emotional.
but
Yeah.
I think that that's a terrible way to look at it because that is not correct. Um, um, yeah. Sorry, I'm looking at what happened to the Beta Gate, and I am pretty confident that um yeah, yeah, yeah. The the remember the Alpha Gate was beamed onto Thor's ship when they fought Anubis and destroyed it and sucked the ship in and blah 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 and it just died and the Beta Gate is now the one in the Stargate room. So there is only that
Right,
gate.
right, 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 right,
Yes,
right,
I was
right.
like I'm
I
pretty
forgot it
sure
was
it's
the
got
beta gate.
yes, the Beta Gate is in the star in SGC. The Alpha Gate got destroyed on Thor's ship to defeat Anubis.
Hmm, hmm.
So this is their only gate left.
Right, right,
So
right,
they
right, right.
can't just. But so then Teal'c gets on the ship. He kills Hoskins. He helps Jack and not Jack. He helps Sam and Daniel get their lives together, and they beam off of the Alcash onto the Prometheus's cargo hold with the gate. Um, and the SGC installs jamming beacons around the gate so they can't take it anymore. However, the Trust did go into hyperdrive and like into hyperspace and leave with a hyperdrive capable Alcash and enough poison to wipe out half a dozen more planets. And this is where O'Neill's like, maybe I should have destroyed it when I had the chance. However, I still disagree. I still think that he made the right decision.
I mean, I definitely think he made the right decision. I think it was more about like, did he make the right, regardless of whether he made the right, like
Yeah.
why he made the right decision, I think. But I think it's more about like, would he have made that same decision if they weren't on the ship? Did he make it for the right reasons? Like, in moving
Right.
forward, is he going to make this wrong decision again from an emotional standpoint when it shouldn't be made, even though it should
Right.
be made now?
No, and I get that, but they have this whole thing where they're like, oh, they're gonna kill all these more. They're gonna kill at least six more like planets full of gold. They're gonna kill millions of Jaffa. Like we made the wrong decision, and I understand that regret. I understand that they don't want more people to die. Valid. However, is risking the fate of the entire multiple galaxies that they have access to with the Stargate worth those 3 million Jaffa? Who's to say? Like
Right.
that's a Sophie's choice that I think he made the right decision.
Yeah, I think it was right here. For sure. For sure. I
Yeah.
agree.
So
Um,
yeah, so that is the end of the episode and the end of the first half of season 8. So
do we still have like 22 episodes though? Like,
yeah, do we, or is this when they cut it down to 20? This might be the year that they cut it down to 20. Yeah, this is the year that they cut it down to 20.
so we're like legitimately halfway through the season then.
Yeah, so we are actually halfway through the season.
Got it.
Um, yeah, I have no trivia because all the trivia was done. And the next Sci-Fi Sunday is going to be Atlantis, season 1, episode 10, which we've already talked a little spoilery about. But my spoilery for the next SG-1 episode is that you in this episode already said what's going to happen in the next episode. You just have no idea that you did.
Let's back up. Let's take this piece by piece. Um, in one of my discords, we had killers to pick out so that they wouldn't like mess up our reading scores,
Yeah.
and we solved one of them today. And so I'm feeling really on
Okay.
my detective side. So what did I say? Is it that Jack is going to make the wrong decision emotionally as opposed to making it correctly
I'm not
emotionally?
gonna tell you.
What else did I say? I feel like I didn't say a lot that happened. Like, I didn't have a lot of speculation based on this episode. I mean, the government, someone always stalks, someone always follows someone when it's the government. But that, I feel like that's just every time. I don't know. I feel like that's the only like speculative thing I said. But it is 9 o'clock at night, so who knows? I could have said
Yeah,
17 things and not remembered it.
fair enough. I know what you said, but I also know what the episode's about. So,
Someone's gonna watch this episode, Doug's gonna watch this episode and be like, how do you not remember what you said?
well, you definitely said it in the last 15 minutes. So,
Yeah. That
yeah.
tracks. That tracks.
So, who do you want to punch?
The doctor guy. Oh my God, he
Oh,
sucks.
yeah, yeah,
Like he's ready to like give up everything for what was it, like $2 million or whatever. Like,
yeah,
God, I hated him. I mean, there are probably worse people, but I wanted to punch him the entire time.
yeah. That's really fair. I'm gonna punch Hoskins, even though he's dead.
Fair.
Yeah. Who is your MVP?
I think I'm gonna go with the guy that you told me his name today,
Oh,
um,
Mazel.
Mazel, because I really did think he was gonna annoy me, and then I really did think really highly of him, and then he died. But he died, what did he say? He died free, and that was
Yeah,
so sad. That was so sweet.
yeah.
And he really did die fighting for the Jaffa to be free.
Which is fantastic.
Um,
I love it. I'm gonna pick Tilk because he never gave up. He couldn't get in contact with anybody else, and he was like, "Okay, gonna keep
we're
going
gonna
then."
keep trying.
Yeah. All right. Well,
The replicators. I said the replicators.
you
I
did.
bet
That
that's
is
what
another thing you
happens.
said. Yeah.
I bet that happens.
So
Okay.
if you would like to guess, I'm just gonna, if you would like to guess what's gonna happen in the next episode, you can email us at deathandaliens@gmail.com. You can follow us on all of social media at Death and Aliens. You can follow me everywhere at EMKAY_superstar.
And you can find me at CE Cloud 13.
And we will see you on Thursday for Courtney's birthday episode that's not on her birthday.
Hey! Happy birthday, me.
Happy birthday, Courtney. Bye.
Bye.